From the rising of the sun to its going down, the Lord's name is to be praised. Let us open our hearts to his presence and listen for his voice in the stillness of this evening hour. Our evening sacrifice, the desire of ages, chapter 51, the light of life, August 13th. The Lord is my light, then why should I fear? By day and by night his presence is near. He is my salvation from sorrow and sin. This blessed persuasion the Spirit brings in. The Lord is my light, my joy and my song. By day and by night he leads me along. The Lord is my light, my joy and my song. By day and by night he leads me along. This chapter is based on John 8 verse 12 to 59 and John chapter 9. Then said Jesus unto them, When ye have lifted up the Son of Man, then shall ye know that I am he, and that I do nothing of myself, but as my Father hath taught me, I speak these things. And he that sent me is with me. The Father hath not left me alone, for I do always those things that please him. As he spake these words, many believed on him. John 8, verse 28 to 30. Thus the way was prepared for the Jews to reject Jesus. He who hath borne our griefs and carried our sorrows was looked upon by the Jews as stricken, smitten of God, and afflicted, and they hid their faces from him. Isaiah 53, verses 4 and 3. God had given a lesson designed to prevent this. The history of Job had shown that suffering is inflicted by Satan and is overruled by God for purposes of mercy. But Israel did not understand the lesson. The same error for which God had reproved the friends of Job was repeated by the Jews in their rejection of Christ. The belief of the Jews in regard to the relation of sin and suffering was held by Christ's disciples. While Jesus corrected their error, he did not explain the cause of the man's affliction, but told them what would be the result. Because of it, the works of God would be made manifest. As long as I am in the world, he said, I am the light of the world. Then, having anointed the eyes of the blind man, he sent him to wash in the pool of Siloam, and the man's sight was restored. Thus Jesus answered the question of the disciples in a practical way, as he usually answered questions put to him from curiosity. The disciples were not called upon to discuss the question as to who had sinned or had not sinned, but to understand the power and mercy of God in giving sight to the blind. It was evident that there was no healing virtue in the clay or in the pool wherein the blind man was sent to wash, but that the virtue was in Christ. The Pharisees could not but be astonished at the cure, yet they were more than ever filled with hatred, for the miracle had been performed on the Sabbath day. The neighbors of the young man and those who knew him before in his blindness said, Is not this he that sat and begged? They looked upon him with doubt, for when his eyes were opened, his countenance was changed and brightened, and he appeared like another man. From one to another the question passed. Some said, This is he. Others, He is like him. But he who had received the great blessing settled the question by saying, I am he. He then told them of Jesus and by what means he had been healed, and they inquired, Where is he? He said, I know not. This passage was taken from The Desire of Ages, page 471 to 472, Pacific Press Publishing Association, copyright 2005, or Evening Sacrifice, August 13th. I encourage you to connect with God and receive strength to overcome obstacles each day. Thank you for listening. Please join us tomorrow as we offer up our evening sacrifice.